You're listening to Heroes in the Moment. What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
And today we're back. And what an episode to be back with.
We are back.
Deadpool and Wolverine trailer.
Or as Ryan Reynolds marked it later. I probably shouldn't say that on the pod. That was funny.
That was funny. Hugh Jackman said that. But we got the official title, Deadpool and Wolverine. I think it's a great title. I do like the other title, though, better that originally leaked or something. Deadpool and Friend. I think that was kind of cool.
Friend.
But Deadpool and Wolverine, I'll take it. I think it's a good title to go with.
And
Deadpool
lovers.
3 and potential lovers. But to go with that. So we're back. I know it's been a bit of a hiatus. Crazy things going on.
You know,
we're busy.
Michael's graduating,
I know.
getting ready to.
Once I graduate, I'll have more time. I'll focus on you guys a little bit more.
I have a little puppy. She's good.
Definitely.
She's crazy.
Yeah, that's for sure. But we're excited. We're excited to be back. Not only are we excited to be back, but we're excited to be back for this.
Facts.
Deadpool and Wolverine. We've been hyped for this for over a year now, discussing ever since the Ryan Reynolds promotional video with Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine.
That was such good marketing.
Such good marketing.
They killed that.
And the video is coming back. This movie is going to be $1 billion rated R movie. It's going to be the highest rated, rated R movie. 100%.
It's going for that Joker spot.
It's going to take it. And it's so much awesome going on with Deadpool Wolverine. And how can you not be excited for it? I mean, we've been theorizing for years now, or a year now, and discussing what's potentially going to happen. Now the Super Bowl delivered and gave us our first peek.
Yeah.
What a Super Bowl it was, by the way. I don't know how many of you caught our Heroes in the Moment Super Bowl halftime commercial and our commercials that we delivered.
Yeah.
Here's the moment.
He said you might have been too drunk to see it.
You might have missed out.
It was the very last.
It was the very end, the very obscure, very much. As soon as Patrick Mahomes got his MVP, all that, it was right there.
Here's the moment. Just a quick second.
Just
you
a
might have missed
quick
it.
Brief second. We paid $500,000 for it.
Yeah. So thanks for the support and
thank you for the support. So if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube now. Go check it out. All right. Anyway, let's get into this trailer. Deadpool and Wolverine, shot by shot, baby. Let's get into it.
Dude, I was so excited when I saw it. So I saw the trailer, right? Well, it wasn't the full trailer, but as soon as it's
the
on
teaser.
YouTube,
Oh,
dude,
man, I forget.
I went to YouTube and it wasn't there. So I was refreshing like crazy until it came on.
Until it came out and you
was
watch
so
it
excited.
and you watched it again and you
I
watched
know.
it again, baby.
It's
hype up, man. So let's get into the shot by shot. So we see it's Wade Wilson's birthday. He's happy birthday, Wade. And
this is so old.
He does. I mean, to be fair, he's got the avocado face going for him. But he's still in his world.
Yeah.
We got him. He's got his, obviously his fake hair. We see later. That was funny.
He's wearing a wig.
And then, and he's surrounded by all the original characters from the initial Deadpool film. You have Colossus. You have Dopinder. I didn't know he saved Shatterstar in Deadpool 2. I thought he just saved Peter, but Shatterstar is there. So I guess he went back and saved him too. You have Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Yukio, you have Blind Owl, and Vanessa, all of his friends that he really loves from the previous
I didn't think that Vanessa was going to be in this movie. I heard rumors she wasn't, but...
Nope, yeah, she is. And there she is. But I don't think, to be honest, I think all these characters will be in it in the first... 5-10 minutes, and then that'll be it.
Yeah,
I don't foresee him because especially
there's no way they have that much screen time for everybody.
I doubt it. I imagine they'll show it right off here at the beginning, especially since this is still the Fox X-Men universe at the beginning of this trailer, and then it will kind of detail off towards more MCU focus for the rest of this movie and him being more solo and then going with Wolverine as well. But he's having his party, really cool, and it's kind of a relieving time for Deadpool and Wade, and he's just kind of chilling. And he had this nice speech, and it kind of gets serious there for a second. I was like, whoa, Deadpool's going a little serious, but obviously that didn't last very long. But he's just talking about his luckiest man alive, giving his speech. He's really happy about it. And then they're make a wish. And I thought this part was really fascinating. This is not me saying this, but I saw someone else say it, to where as soon as he makes a wish, there's a knock at the door. So a lot of correlation could be what if he's wishing for another adventure, something new in his life, because it's kind of been slow for a while now, and he's wishing for his next adventure to come. So I thought that was kind of cool.
So that was the TVA that showed up, right?
Yes.
What about the theory that maybe him having that wish is what prompted them to show up? They knew that whatever this was, it's gonna start a whole new, timeline.
Yep. But I have a feeling the majority of what, like the fact that he went back in time and saved Vanessa, went back in time, saved Peter, Shatterstar apparently now too.
And they should have shown up sooner.
Should have shown up sooner.
Guess, but they didn't exist back then.
But
in the
I guess
Marvel
not.
universe.
But they knock on the door and it's the TVA from our universe, which I think is really cool. Well, I
they
guess
look
technically
different.
they do. They look completely different. They got the movie version, I guess, of them now, to where they're kind of decked out with their own suits and stuff that we obviously saw in Loki. That's a little bit different.
Wish they would have kept it the exact same. I was a little confused. I was like, I don't recognize these suits.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, which we'll get into it in a little bit. And I'm like, this dude that's going to be talking to Wade, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute, should have been Mobius. And I'm really, really upset that it's not.
Yeah, where does he fit in?
I
feel like we
end,
saw everything of the TVA.
Yeah, and I know at the end of Loki season 2, though, that Mobius went off to try to find his, kind of let time pass a little bit and kind of let him find himself a little bit. But since when is Owen Wilson just a TV character?
I know.
I feel like him and Deadpool and Wolverine would have been a great addition, and I think he just would have been, because I love Mobius as a character, and I just think he would have fit in so perfectly here.
Yeah,
unfortunately. But we get in, and the TVA comes in. They pull out the prune stick. So I'm like, okay, this is fun. Now get into the MCU now. So that was really cool. To see them, and then I thought this was funny. He closes the door and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Now I've seen this before. This kind of stick up. It's supposed to be scary, but this pagan isn't new for me." But then he turns and does the fourth wall, but it's new for Disney. And I was like, "Yeah, man.
I love that."
Oh, it's so funny. And Disney's first rated R, fully fledged movie for Marvel, so I think that's really awesome.
When he said that, I was like, dude, I did not think he would go there, but he did. So,
and I feel like they're going to be making all the jokes.
They have to.
And knowing the fact that Ryan Reynolds produced, Sean Levy directed, they're going to do it.
And Marvel's not going to care, at the end of the day, when they see that, everyone going to the movie theaters.
Absolutely. And the fact that they're going to be, taking to make fun, and I can 100% see Deadpool making fun of the newer Marvel content, because it would be so funny. And the fact of them making fun of themselves, not like the She-Hulk version, that was horrible.
That was terrible.
But in this capacity, it would be great.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh, that's stupid.
Your new superheroes suck.
Yeah, your news, exactly. Something like that would be so funny.
Where the OGs
the fact that the reset kind of can be this resurgence that we'll see. So we see him, he's taking his poor wig. It's been taken off his head, or his toupee, or whatever it was.
What's he wearing?
He's bald. He can't grow hair, so he's like, might as well try. And then he wakes up in the TVA being interviewed, and I thought it was funny. He's like, "Mr. Wilson," it's like, "You passed out." And I was like, "I didn't pass out.
I didn't pass out." He's like, you soaked. What is it? You soiled your.
You
garments,
soiled yourself.
Or something. You soiled yourself. He's like,
unconscious.
I was not unconscious.
I was not unconscious. Oh my gosh, you gotta love him. And he's like,
that's just a power move. I peed my pants right in front of you.
Right in front of you.
What kind of psycho does that?
No, I know. And he's like, "Who are you?" And then this new Mobius-looking character guy, and I believe he's in Succession. The show is where he comes from. But I just really am fortunate it's not Mobius. I really would love that. And you can see the TVA looks different, so you can definitely tell it's post Loki, post all that stuff, and have a lot of those effects. But I'm curious this whole effects, because you see him, Wade, you're special. And it's talking. It gives him the name called Paradox, and that's what this kind of whole thing is a paradox. It's eliminating the Fox universe, kind of bringing in Deadpool to the MCU.
More like,
ooh, I like that.
Take my ideas.
So it's bringing him over to the MCU, and he's essentially kind of hiring him. So I'm wondering, maybe because of his use of time, it doesn't seem that they're going to prune him, but they're going to more so hire him.
I know, why? And when have we ever seen the TVA reach out? They don't seem like the type to hire mercenaries.
No. I mean, you could argue Loki, but that was kind of by accident that they kind of...
and he's also a god.
Yeah, that's so true. And what he did. So
that was one part of the trailer I was extremely confused about. Why are they reaching out to him?
Yep. And then they literally tell him, this is your chance to be a hero among heroes. And I was like, what does this mean? And then they proceed to show him the heroes of the MCU. We see Iron Man, Thor. We see Kim saluting to Captain America, which was hilarious.
I almost shed a tear.
Oh, that was yes.
There
he's like, I was like, he just randomly, he's like, who's this guy? I just see it in the trailer, but who is this guy? He's gonna make it America's a joke, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be funny.
It's gonna be funny. It's just yes, Captain America, I'm here to serve, and then be like, he's dead. Be like, what? Yes, that's gonna happen.
That'd be awesome.
100%. Now we. All right, but the recruit of this
Black Widow 2.
I know. And then he's like, I smell what you're sending me, Sensei. And he's like, you've came to me and you made me like the Marvel Messiah or whatever, joke of that nature.
Yeah.
Saying like
the Marvel Jesus.
The Marvel Jesus, like saying he's going to rescue the Marvel, which is a joke to the rescue of the Marvel universe needs a rescuer. But I'm just curious, like, why would the TVA be wanting to recruit Wade?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what's the correlation? Knowing his track record too, that I'm sure they do.
And the TVA is so dang powerful. Like, what event would have to happen for them to say we can't handle this?
Yeah, what's going on?
Like throughout eternity, essentially.
Right.
They've been protecting the
and
main
essentially
timeline.
They're giving him full ride to go around these different universes. What I'm kind of noticing, and I'm guessing is this, this whole movie is going to be universe hopping. To where they'll officially land in the main Marvel universe. But I don't see, of course, Wolverine doing that.
I just came up with this. I think my theory is that he might be the outlier. I think they recognize that he's the only person who might be able to have no effect on the timeline, and that's shown by the fact that he can break. Yeah, exactly. He's a singularity. He can break walls, right?
Yeah,
we haven't seen another Marvel character who can do that.
She-Hulk.
Oh, that's true. She-Hulk. But at least we've seen Deadpool. Like I said, we've seen the time travel, right? And obviously, no TVA. Obviously, the TVA wasn't around in that universe until that point. But if they use that kind of as an excuse, like, hey, you've done this before, you have experience, you are the single one character who can break these dimensions.
So
would be interesting.
What you're saying is he's so insignificant that he's significant.
Exactly.
Which is his character.
Yeah.
I think that's brilliant. That's a really great theory. I think that's absolutely a potential. The fact that he's so insignificant to the timelines, he can really be moved anywhere and not really affect anything.
But be huge for that timeline.
It would be. And the fact that I do think he'll have a mega role in Secret Wars and those Avengers movies coming up. I do think he'll have a huge role in those. And he does in the comics. And we see there's a Secret Wars Easter egg in this trailer, which we'll talk about.
I did not see that. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I want to hear what you say.
We'll talk about that, the Secret Wars Easter egg. But among other stuff, I like that theory, the idea that he's the singularity. He's the one going to be kind of putting the puzzle pieces together because of his ability to break the fourth wall. Yeah. And that he can do that. I think that's really cool.
I mean, like you said, besides She-Hulk, and that was done very poorly, we haven't seen that.
Right. And so we go here, we see this looking desertous world area, and then we get a glimpse of what looks like is going to be Cassandra Nova, who is going to be, of course, Charles Xavier's twin sister. He's going to be the main villain of this film.
Okay.
I forget who it's played by, but
I did not know that. Okay. His twin?
His twin. So the whole story of Cassandra Nova, if none of you know, is Cassandra Nova was Charles Xavier's twin. Obviously they're both in the womb. And when they were in the womb, Charles sensed the fact of her evil and tried to kill her in the womb.
That's a marred baby.
Well, to be fair, he had his mind ability.
Like,
so
the babies, like, they absorb each other sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what he was trying to do.
Okay.
But she ended up being deformed from it in that whole process and kind of died or kind of misplaced. And so she has the same abilities as Charles Xavier, but she's really deformed and really kind of an outlier of that as well.
Yeah.
So she seems to be the main villain of this movie. So that makes me think, are we going to get Charles Xavier? And with this being said, this version of Cassandra Nova makes me think it may be James McAvoy's version.
How old is the... how old is Cassandra Nova?
It looks, by the age of the actress that's playing her, I believe the like 30s, 40s range. So I'm thinking James McAvoy.
That works perfectly.
Yeah, it does. So I do think James McAvoy.
Back James McAvoy.
It'd be really cool to see him in that capacity.
That'd be awesome.
I think that'd be really awesome. But Cassandra Nova is set to be the main villain of this film.
I heard so many rumors, but I had no idea. Okay.
Yes. So... and then it's like, and then Wade's like, your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. And of course it is.
Facts, like, you're about to save us.
And then we show up. He's like I said, it looks like I like that theory of him walking through these universes, maybe either assembling a team or trying to figure out how to save something or go towards the Marvel universe. Yeah. And he's walking through this casino scene. And we walk up, and he's walking in, and we see in front, looking like they're at a casino table, Wolverine, clearly Wolverine. But this version of Wolverine is known as Patch.
Yeah, the eye patch.
The eye patch, because he'll wear the patch. He has the white suit.
Yeah.
Kind of like an alter ego type of thing when he's not around. So that's really cool to see this version of Wolverine as Patch.
So definitely a different dimension, right?
It is. Okay. But the theories here is, do you think this is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, or do you think it's another Wolverine? I think it's personally Hugh Jackman. I've seen a lot of people being like it could be Daniel Radcliffe.
Really?
I think it's going to be Hugh Jackman across the board.
From the back, it did look like Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
But honestly, I would really like to see another version.
I think it'd be cool. Like
even just a small capacity. If it's another world, why not have a different
exactly.
actor?
And if
like Taron Egerton or something like that,
and they could pull the whole John Krasinski Fantastic Four kind of motif and be like, oh, this is a one-time thing just because of fan service.
Yeah,
they could do that. Even though it'd be unfortunate again because John Krasinski deserves to be Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
but
facts.
Anyway,
facts.
But it does seem to be Hugh Jackman's Wolverine as Patch in that capacity. So we see that. And then we go on and we see Deadpool is suiting up. He's getting up and his suit looks fantastic, I must say.
It looks beautiful.
It looks so good. Very red, very colorful. It looks very good.
And popping, I don't know about you, but the action and CGI of this trailer was amazing.
It was really good.
You know, the scene with his pistols and everything.
Oh,
it was just smooth.
Yeah, we'll get to
it was
that.
smooth.
It was so sick. But and then we see him suiting up and then he coming out of that elevator, like coming up from that split. That was epic. Like, I don't know about you, but when I saw that, I got the chills. I was like, dude, Deadpool, you legend. And he's like, yeah. And he's like getting into it. And he's like, this July. And then we finally see some of that rated R stuff. He's throwing the daggers at the people's faces. And now he's fighting the TVA, though. So that makes me wonder, like, okay, what's happened here to where now he's fighting the TVA? They obviously made him mad to some capacity. He's like, he's not for it anymore. And then he did the whole cool thing with his pistols as he's fighting.
It was smooth, man.
And right in the front of the old Fox logo.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in that pruned world in Loki.
I wonder how it's all going to fit in. I will say, I really do hope, Michael, that the TVA doesn't have too much screen time in this movie. I really think they just serve a purpose, or at least they should serve a purpose as the gateway to these, to the Marvel universe. My fear is just that they're not going to be like the main villain, but they're just going to take up too much screen time. I don't want to see him find the TVA for too long. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that in Loki, and we've kind of moved past it. So I like it as a portal, but I don't know.
We'll have to see, but I'm excited to see where the plot goes to where he's turning against him and all that stuff.
The Fox universe. that was fire.
That was pretty cool. And then we see in the Deadpool here, we see they're in that pruned world. He's fighting the TVA agents, but we see Owlif from the Loki series, the Purple Cloud, grab that dude, and he's like, "What the?" It was just so funny and natural of Daredevil or Deadpool because he's like, "Oh my goodness, what's happening here? How's that? What is that?" But just based off the Loki. So those of you who haven't seen Loki need to watch Loki before Deadpool.
It's not gonna make much sense.
Otherwise, a lot of this will not make sense to you. But then we got a happy ending, him going through the car, breaking his arm, then putting it back in joint again.
That was fire.
Super sick. Get me excited. And then we have this scene of this, like, it looks like this Doctor Doom level character. He looks like Doctor Doom, and it's obviously not. But it looks like maybe it's an agent of Doctor Doom, but it looks very much like Doctor Doom. And then Wade pulling out his swords, fighting the TVA as well. And then we see a scene of, and this is an interesting scene I heard about, but there's a scene with guns, and it's, I forget what these types of guns are called. You'll have to tell me.
Let me see what they're called. That looks like a Uzi or something like that.
Something like
small,
those. But
small machine
there's
guns.
theories that because look at the hands, you can see that there's black and red.
Yeah.
Deadpool only has black gloves.
Does he actually?
It's only black gloves of
Are you sure?
Of Deadpool. Sorry.
What would the gloves on your shirt say? Are they really just
black? And they're black in the trailer. So this is what a lot of people are saying. This could be Lady Deadpool.
My question would be, are they black in the first two movies as well? Lady Deadpool.
A lot of people are saying it could be Lady Deadpool because also in the comics, Lady Deadpool uses those types of guns, whereas Wade mostly just sticks to the pistols
and his
swords,
like katana.
So a lot of people are thinking this could be Lady Deadpool, played by Blake Lively.
Are you kidding?
I think that'd be sick because, like, in a different universe, that could be the Deadpool of that universe.
So it wouldn't be like anything crazy for the role, maybe just like in this sort of dimension.
Yeah, right. So a lot of people are saying
that doesn't make sense. Why else would it just show the hands and the guns that he typically doesn't use?
Yep. And the gloves look different. And you can see here's another shot in the trailer. His gloves are purely black.
Oh shoot! I never would have noticed that.
Yeah. So, and this is not me. Trust me, I got it from somebody else. But
Blake Lively
could be, and it could not be Blake Lively. It could be a different actress. But that'd be kind of sick if she plays Lady Deadpool.
It's Scarlett Johansson. Man, that'd be kind of fire.
That'd be kind of cool.
World.
Kind of neat.
Kind of fit in.
And then we see him standing or sitting in the back of a bloody car, going like, "Come here, we're ready for some more," and it's great. And then we get Pyro's return. which was really
underrated,
cool. Underrated,
man.
yeah,
Underrated.
from the original 3 X-Men movies. And it's the same actor. So this is the first like one we've seen like crossover as well.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering like, will he be in a different universe? He's wearing a comic accurate suit now, which is super cool because we never got that in the original X-Men trilogy.
I know. That sucked, man.
I know, because I like his suit.
Me
To
too.
be able to see his live action, his suit in live action, him older now, I wonder if it's going to be a different world or the same world, or how it's going to work with Pyro. But a lot of people also were like, could he be working for Doctor Doom as well? Because Pyro has a history of working for those like big leaders of Doctor Doom, and it's pouring down rain right now.
I know,
That's
dude.
crazy.
I got my windows rolled up, so I think we're all good.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say I got my windows rolled down. I was like, whoa, you better
open,
go.
Man.
Oh, man.
We're good.
But anyway, we got Pyro returning, which I thought was super cool. It's super. I didn't even notice him at first. It took me a second, and I was like, reading the closed caption said Pyro, and I was like, whoa, cool.
You gotta be watching with the closed caption.
You gotta be watching the closed caption.
You know who
they
everybody
reveal
is.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
They do for sure. And then we get a recreation from the scene from Deadpool 1 where he's like behind the tree fighting the TVA, and he goes, "Wait!" I'm so excited for that, and I hope he goes. You want to know what my red suit's made out of, or why my suit's red? It's so I can't see the blood. All right, and then something like that, like the first movie. I think if they do a callback there and recreate that scene, it'd be awesome.
Okay,
which I'm super hyped
all right,
for.
I see the vision, Michael.
But I'm super excited. That'd be really cool. And then we see him. He's fighting the 20th Century Fox logo, and who other is he fighting? Then he's laying there, and then he's like, "All right, help me up, you ape." And then we see the claws come out.
Yeah,
and obviously the silhouette of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And then him bending down to punch him again with his claws in his yellow suit. But that's all we get.
Yeah.
And that ends the trailer showing Deadpool and Wolverine as the title.
I am very glad that we did not get to see Wolverine.
You are?
Yeah.
I have my ifs with that. The only reason I think it's cool that we didn't get to see him, because obviously say that for your next trailer or whatever. But at the same time, it's already confirmed. And the fact that it's already shown saying that Deadpool and Wolverine is the title.
Yeah.
And the fact that, yes, his presence was there, but it didn't have much of a presence. I kind of would have liked to have seen him. But I get why. To kind of like not show too much, not to reveal too much about him and who he is in the trailer, how he acts, because we don't know this version of Wolverine yet and how it can pass with Logan. But I would have liked to have at least seen Hugh Jackman's face. Or, I mean, maybe not the cowl yet, but at least his face, I think, would have been superb. But
I mean, if I was Marvel, I would just err on the side of caution, because I think a common problem we see now is that they oftentimes tend to show too much.
Right.
And obviously we know there's at least going to be one more trailer. And like you said, yes, we know that Wolverine's in it. We've seen the set pictures from that fight.
Right.
We know he's wearing that classic yellow, so we know it. So since I've already kind of seen it, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, like in your mind, you know he's going to show up, but it really, the minute you see it in the trailer, it's over. So I would rather save it for the movie, but I'm not.
I get what you're saying. I kind of wish we would have got a little bit of a face, but I do get that aspect. I hope in all marketing they don't show any of the other characters we're getting.
Of course,
all of the like your big reveals and stuff like that. Don't do it. You can show Cassandra Nova in like maybe your next trailer, but don't show me like your Elektra or your other characters confirmed or other characters we may not know in it. Do not do that. Save that for the big reveal for the movie. But I would have liked a little bit of a glance at Hugh Jackman, but I can live for a little bit longer.
And if it was like they probably could have shown more than just the back of like his patch version. I think that would have been fine showing him at the table, but I'd rather save like the complete yellow comic suit for the movie.
We'll see with that and how they do it. And I honestly think just one more trailer is all they need. I don't think they need to really heavily market this movie because it's already marketed enough because of the fact that it's Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
And it's the only thing coming out too. It's not being confused with any other projects.
Not at all. So I would definitely take your time with this and then just kind of perfect it with the marketing campaign and just honestly let Ryan Reynolds do the marketing. Because he's good at that.
Just post a couple like clips on Instagram.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is funny, but he's a smart business guy.
He's good.
He's a good business guy.
He makes me want to sign up for Mint Mobile.
He does. Every time.
Honestly,
like that Grant Gustin commercial.
$15 a month.
Grant Gustin commercial, man. It got me going. I was like, okay, I'm down, man. Whatever you say, I'm here for.
$15 a month. Got to talk to them.
But overall, I mean, you can't deny the trailer was amazing. And who's not going to be hyped for Deadpool?
I don't know a single person.
I don't know a single person.
Like you said, not only does this have like the entire MCU, but superhero movies in general. They've been terrible of recent. They've been doing poorly, losing hundreds of millions.
Yep.
this is like the fresh start needs.
This is it, and I think it'll do it. I really do. I hope so.
Me too. So see us in theaters come July, right?
Yep, in July for that movie review.
All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Our podcast, Here's in the Moment, is available on all major podcast platforms. So go ahead and check out all of our previous episodes. If you want to stay up to date with our new episodes, some announcements, just some pictures of me and Michael as we're watching some new movies, check out our Instagram at Heroes in the Moment.
And we just want to thank you all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.